Yo, what's going on, champions? It's Marquise Money Mike Williams checking in live from my home down here in beautiful, hot Atlanta, Georgia. We're going to get training started in about another 2 minutes here. Okay. Let the camera zoom in and focus for a minute. What's going on, champions? My name is Marquise Money Mike Williams. I'm really excited to be a part of training today. I'm really excited to have you as a part of the Focus Freedom Movement. I want to welcome all the new champions that are plugging in with us today. You know, got a really exciting training for you this morning. I'm going to be going over some great things. But most importantly, what I want you to understand is no matter where you are right now in life, you could be huddled up in a corner at work looking in on your cell phone. You could be on your tablet, your computer. You could be at the library. What I want you to know and understand is that you deserve to be wealthy. And you actually want to pat yourself on the back for actually scheduling for success to be at training this morning, because it's all about what you want and obtaining what you want in life. So I'm going to say time to time, you know, tune in, you know, comment below on Facebook, say hello, you know, down below, you know, in the comments for Facebook. If you're on your phone or maybe your tablet, you might not be able to do it because it launches your YouTube app, but that's quite all right. You know, we're just excited to have you plugged in and on with us this morning. Now, to kind of go over the agenda of what we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about recruiting. You know, what I've noticed from jumping back in the field and getting my grind on, a lot of people are having issues recruiting other people. A lot of people are having issues partnering with other people. And I found a few small things that people may be making the mistakes of doing that I want to hopefully correct today so that you can find more results in recruiting other people. The other thing we're going to talk about is the product. We're going to talk about My Financial Worth. What I found, what I found out, what I discovered is that people have no idea what's going on with My Financial Worth. They have no idea how to explain it. That means they have no idea how to share the value and how awesome it is to somebody else's life. And it's important that you know that. So we're going to go over a brief My Financial Worth training so that you can get an idea of where you need to start, where you need to plug in and start using the product so that you can tell somebody else with conviction, you know, how much it can change their life. You know, so we're going to talk about those two things mainly today. You know, we're going to dig in. And what those two things combined really sum up is how to get paid in JMG Net Worth. That's right, how to get paid in JMG Net Worth. You see, we always break everything down into two strategies, right? You got strategy number one, you got strategy number two, and you got strategy number three. Let me make sure my camera's in full effect. Okay, boom, that camera's good. Boom. Okay, strategy number one, that's strictly dealing with minimizing your taxes, your expenses, and your debt, right? Minimizing your taxes, expenses, and your debt. Strategy number two is strictly JMG Net Worth. right? Strategy number 3 is investment, right? So when you look at those 3 things, give me a little bit more elbow room on the right. When you look at those 3 things, I want you to understand how they tie into recruiting. I'm going to move over here because we're not really at the point where we're talking much about investments. So I'll let my big head cover up the investment strategy so that you can make sure that you stay focused and understand these 2 strategies. These 2 strategies are your bread and butter. These 2 strategies are going to be the strategies that give you the additional income, that gives you the cash flow so that you can start investing your money. But if you don't have cash flow, you have nothing to invest, which means you have nothing to create assets with, which will create more assets. It's all about profits, assets, profits. That's right. Profits, assets, profits. So from there, when you understand the name of the game is profits, 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 you know, which comes from the cash flow. When you look at this strategy opens up a whole world of whoop. You know, I don't want to say that word on camera, but it opens up a whole world of whoop on poverty, on lack, you know, on inadequacies. You know, that's what opens up the freedom. You know, that's what the focus freedom movement is all about, freeing you from all those things that are holding you back from becoming successful. You know, so this part plays a big key, especially in overcoming objections, right? It plays a big key in overcoming objections. So we're going to jump right into the recruiting, you guys. You know, I don't like to keep you too long because I like to allow you to go out there and apply the things that you learned in training so that you can start improving yourself and improving your business. So number 1, before anything, the number 1 thing that you want to learn, the number 1 skill set that you want to learn is personal growth and development. That's the number 1 skill set that you want to learn. You know why? Because I could teach you all the skills in the world. I could teach you exactly what to do. I could teach you exactly how to do it. And I could give you everything that you need. But if your mindset isn't right, then you'll never apply it right. Because you might have heard the saying, knowledge is power. Well, it's not true. People have pulled the wool over your eyes. It's not just the knowledge that is the power. It's applying that knowledge that is the power. If I give you a horrible driver, it doesn't matter if you're in a hoopty or you're in a Ferrari, you're still going to suck at driving. But if you're an awesome driver, if you're like Michael Stratton, from Fast and Furious, the new one, or you might know him from he's The Driver, that movie, he's always a driver in whatever movie he's in, because he can drive. Well, if I give you him, it doesn't matter if he's in a Ferrari or he's a hoopty. In a hoopty, he's gonna whip that bad boy, and it's gonna seem like it's a pro racing car because he's a good driver. You might notice when you see the commercials, right? You see the commercials when they're doing different things, showing you, open courses for a new car, and they're winding around the mountain or things like that. You might notice on the bottom, professional driver on an open course. They're not going to put anybody out there, just some average Joe whipping and winding around the mountain, because he might fly off the mountain because he's not a professional driver. And anything that you do in life, you want to become a professional. So in order to be a professional, you have to become a better you. You have to improve you. If you could get rich being who you are right now, you'd already be rich. So we have to improve you. And that starts with personal growth and development. Reading, listening to audios, attending trainings, staying in constant contact with people who are where you want to be. Like your sponsor or maybe your upline if your sponsor isn't exactly, gotten results yet in this business. So that's the first key, you guys. That's the first hurdle. When you get started in this business, first thing you got to do is make a decision. Make a decision that you want to become successful. Make a decision, that you're going to become successful. I talk to people all the time, and they say, man, I hope this works out. Man, I'm going to see where this takes me. I'm going to give it a try. And I stand here right now in front of your computer, your phone, your tablet, whatever way you're viewing this, and I tell you, I rebuke that spirit of laziness and fear right now, because you have to get in this deal and you have to make a decision that it's going to work. You have to make a decision that you're going to make it happen for you. Why? Because God is no respecter of persons. If God to do it for Brother Lockett, if God to do it for me, if God to do it for Mario, then why wouldn't he do it for you? I never subscribe to the saying everything's not for everybody. That's not true. Everything is for everybody, but everybody has to make the decision if they're willing to do the work in that certain thing, right? You know, I see a lot of different, you know, avenues and a lot of different things out there. You know, you take sports, for example. You know, there's sports like baseball. I don't really like baseball, but I don't say baseball isn't for me. I just made the decision that I'm not willing to do the work to be good at baseball. So you have to decide what you're willing to do the work to be good at. Anybody who's a champion in anything, anybody who's reached success in anything, made the decision early on that I'm willing to be bad long enough to get good. And that's what you have to do right here, right now, today. You have to first make the decision that you're going to be successful no matter what. I will build until I'm successful. I don't care if it takes a week. I don't care if it takes a month. I don't care if it takes 2 years. I'm going to build until I'm successful. Whatever time that it takes is better than the 40, 50, 60 years that I'm going to have to work at this dead-end job, or even if you like your job, work at this job where I'm underworked and underpaid to get to where I want to be. This is a better way. After you make that decision, you got to decide you want to become a better you. You got to start putting the right things into your head, the right things into your body to improve who you are. If you were going to be a doctor, you would have to study bodies. You would have to study doctors, right? You have to study, you know, things that doctors do. When you come to a job for the first time, you have to go through training, right? You have to go through training to understand how that job works. You got to go through training to understand, you know, how you can be successful in that job. Well, in business, in success, in creating wealth, part of your training is changing your mindset. Part of your training is thinking different, because anybody who's made $1 million, anybody who's become successful in business will tell you that they thought a little bit differently. They thought like a millionaire before we became millionaires. They acted like a millionaire before becoming a millionaire. They did things that millionaires did before becoming a millionaire. Well, Marquise, I don't want to be a millionaire. Well, that's okay. Make the million anyway and give away what you don't want. If you only want to be a thousandaire, you still got to think, act, and do things that a thousandaire does right now before you have the thousands. So once you make the decision, once you start improving you and becoming a better you, see, it's kind of like spirituality, right? It's kind of like spirituality. I compare a lot of things. You know, I model my business and my life as I do my spiritual life. So in growing from a spiritual level, you have to first make the decision that you're ready. I'm ready to accept, you know, the Lord and Savior as you know, Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior, or whoever, you know, your spiritual, you know, leader is. You know, because like I said, I don't push my spiritual beliefs on anybody, but I don't deny mine, you know, what got me to where I'm at. But you have to first make the decision that you're going to believe, right? You make that decision that you're going to believe. Then you have to renew your mind and start thinking a little bit differently. You have to start thinking differently, because when you decided to walk down this different path, if you're still thinking the way that you used to think, then you're not going to get results on this path, because the thinking doesn't line up with the words. The words don't line up with the thinking. So you have to renew your mind. And then once you do those two things, you're ready for the skill set. You're ready for the skill set. So let's get into recruiting. I'm gonna leave this up here. You know, at least I'm gonna leave strategy number 1 up here, because I want you to understand the impact that has on your recruiting, because that's a whole different, you know, recruiting level. You know, so let me, you know, I feel like this camera's kind of in my face too much, so I'm gonna back it up a little bit, just a little bit. There we go. All right, tripping. No stuff. All right. So once you do those two things, it's important to understand this right here. See, this right here is a recruiting tool. And the reason that I've been wanting each and every one of you to get out there and start implementing this, because what strategy number one does is it allows you to lower that tax liability, right? So you're bringing in an extra $200 to $500 a month from your job, right? Now, what do you do with that? You invest it into assets. You don't go splurge. You don't go kick it. You don't go out to eat. You don't go buy shoes. You don't go shopping. You don't go spend it on liabilities. You invest it into assets. What is an asset? Your business. That gives you seed money. What does it give you seed money to do? To pay your My Financial Worth, to pay your web tools. Guess what it also gives you seed money to do? It gives you seed money for you to order your Body Worth premium foods. That's another stream of income, you guys. You got to start taking advantage of it. And instead of complaining about how many bills that you have, instead of complaining about not being able to afford it, this is where the money comes from. The money's not for you to kick it. The money's not for you to have more spending money. This is strategic. This is financial strategies that I'm teaching you to create wealth. Well, the money's also to pay debt. So as you're creating your budget, you create your budget for your business and what debt you're going to pay off. When we talk about business, I'm going to move this down a little bit so I can kind of talk to you a little bit. Pay debt. So you got your My Financial Worth. You got your web tools. You got your Body Worth. But you also have your marketing. We're going to get into that shortly when we talk more about recruiting, but you also have your marketing, and that's an important aspect of recruiting. That's an important aspect of building your business. But when you have these things, I want you to understand, before we even get into recruiting, just imagine as you're paying off your debt. Just imagine as you're creating more assets. You know, you're promoting that. You start promoting that to other people. Man, I'm making an extra, let's go to the middle of the road, $350 a month. I'm making an extra $350 a month. If you posted that on your Facebook wall, you don't think somebody's going to be like, yo, what you doing? Yo, how can I make an extra $350 a month? Yo, I want to know more information. And you're indirectly, passively recruiting. You're not trying to recruit, or you might be trying to recruit, but what I'm saying is a passive technique. You're just sharing the wealth. You're sharing the information, the excitement, right? You know, I just paid off my car. I just paid off an extra bill. You know, you're putting these things out, and people are going to start to inquire. They see you continuously paying off this, paying off that, putting extra money on this, putting extra money on that. Man, I got an extra, this a month. Man, I got an extra, and the way you word it is I got an extra $300 cash flow a month from the strategies that I'm learning in the Focus Freedom Movement. That would be the right way to word it. So go ahead and write that down. I earn an extra blank a month from the strategies I learned in the Focus Freedom Movement. That's going to get people looking. They're going to start checking for you. You're going to get friends of friends checking for you. You're going to get people that you don't know checking for you. You're going to get people asking you questions, right? You're going to get people asking you questions. I got a lock on my office door, but there's a joint bathroom in the office, so the kids have learned to come through that door because I don't have a lock on that door. But anyways, side note, so this is a whole technique not only to change your life, but to help you recruit. Now, let's talk about strategy number 2. I'm going to leave this up here because this is going to play into strategy number 2. We only get paid to do 2 things. Gather customers and teach others to do the same. That's what we get paid to do. See, I want you to write this quote down because this hit me like a ton of bricks. It was like, boom! You know, when I heard this the other day, and this is going to punch you in your throat, it's going to uppercut you in your chin, and it's going to give you a black eye because I want you to understand the reality of life for you right now. See, the quote is, between a goal, let me write this down. Between a goal and achievement, right? So this is the goal. This is what you want. This is when we talked about your why. We talked about, you know, the picture that you want to draw for your life, the things that you want. And this is achieving that. This is making it happen. This is point A. This is point B. Between point A, your goal, and point B, achieving your goal, is consistency and discipline. Discipline. I know I spelled discipline wrong, but I don't care. I want you to get the point. Each and every one of you looking at this video, who are looking at this training, should have a goal. If you don't have a goal, that's what you need to do today. You gotta get a goal. Each and every one of you should have a goal. From there, you gotta ask yourself, am I consistent? Am I consistent? Am I consistently getting on the calls? Am I consistently coming to training? Am I consistently on the phone with my sponsor or my upline? Am I consistently talking to people? Am I consistently showing the plan? Am I consistently doing personal growth and development? Am I consistently doing the things that lead to being successful? That's what you have to ask yourself. Only you, well, I know that for you, but you have to ask yourself, you have to look yourself in the mirror. You have to face yourself and ask yourself that question. And then you have to ask yourself, am I being disciplined? Am I being disciplined? When it's sunny outside and people are calling me to do things, but I got training, am I going to go to training or am I going to make an excuse and just go kick it? When it's time for the conference call and Scandal comes on and it seems like a great episode, am I going to watch Scandal or am I going to be on the conference call? These are the things that make up the leaders that create wealth. These are the things that help people change their life. If you want more tomorrow than what you have today, you're going to have to be disciplined. Because if you don't possess these two things, you're never going to achieve what you want, the goal. It doesn't matter what area in life it is. It could be your job. If you want a promotion, if you're not consistent at your job, if you're not disciplined in your work ethic, you're never going to achieve that promotion. You could want a girlfriend. You could be a girlfriend. If you're not consistently acting like a gentleman, if you're not disciplined in how you approach and act around her, then you're not going to achieve the goal of getting the girl. You're not going to get the damsel in distress. I'm telling you, these are not just principles for the Focus Freedom Movement. These are principles for your life. These are principles for your life. You got to get consistent. Not getting on the conference call might not seem like a big thing. It really might not. But behind the scenes, up here, subconsciously, it's way bigger than you could ever imagine. There could be things going on in life. There could be problems. There could be deaths in the family. There could be people who are sick. And that's unfortunate, right? That's unfortunate that you're going through these things, but you got to understand, if you could go to work, then you could build your business. Because it's not just about building your business. It's not about the Focus Freedom Movement. It's not about me. It's not about JMG Net Worth. This is about you. This is about your goal. That's what it's about. That's why you remain consistent. That's why you're disciplined, because you want something out of life. You want something out of life. You want an achievement. And I want your success story, so I want to help you reach that achievement. But if you're not consistent and if you're not disciplined, then there's no way I can help you, because you're detaching yourself from me. You're detaching yourself from the help. So I need that. I need that consistency. I need that discipline. I need you to make that decision. that you're going to go all out and be all in, not just say it. It's easy to say it. Get on the phone all the time. People say, I'm all in, Marquise. We're going to make it happen, Money Mike. But then they don't do nothing the whole week. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for partners. I'm looking for people who are going to make it happen. How many people did you talk to this week? It's a question you got to ask yourself. Man, I could use a towel right now. I feel like, I'm under the heating lamps. But so let's get into this recruiting, you guys. Gather customers. I'm going to be upfront with you. The way we position the business, we want everybody to get in and use the strategies. So gathering customers, it's not going to be difficult because you're going to have some people to just say, I don't want to do it. But the product itself, when we get into the product, you're going to see the value of the product and how you can help those people anyway. But most people that you show are going to say, well, shoot, I might as well use the strategies. Why? Because I'm going to make an extra $200 to $500 a month anyway just for using these strategies in this product. So they're not going to be your customers. They're going to be your business partners. So you're already your first customer with My Financial Worth, right? But you want to be your second customer and continuously order Body Worth Premium Foods. Now, some of you on the line, some of you watching are vegetarians, right? You're vegetarians. So, you might want to get somebody else to be your customer. Or you might want to be your own customer and then continuously, either sample out the food. Show people how good it is so that you can attract customers. You got to be creative. You got to use your mind. A lot of times I watch these shows like Shark Tank and even Lifetime. I watch these shows, that pop up and people are being so creative. I saw this amazing, this guy over, it was a third world country, right? Third world country, and they don't got no electricity, they don't got anything. They got these shacks and it's dark, right? So what the dude did is he went and he made a concoction in a 2-liter 2-liter bottle, right? In a 2-liter bottle, it was like bleach, water, and something else. And he cut a hole in the top of the metal shack, and he taped the 2-liter bottle within the hole. And when the sun comes out, when the sun is out, it creates like a light bulb inside because the light shines through, and because the concoction that he made, whatever concoction it was, it doesn't get mildew, it doesn't get dirty, it doesn't get corroded, so it's like a light bulb. And he started making money, whatever their currency is over there, he started making money by going and doing that for everybody else. You gotta think outside the box, you guys. You gotta think outside the box. Just because you don't eat meat doesn't mean everybody else don't eat meat. You're in the business to gather customers, people who eat meat. So go ahead and give it to them because you got the best on the planet. People pay debt. People pay taxes. People have credit. People have an identity. It's all over the news. Identity breach here, identity breach there. Let's protect these people. We have a solution to a problem that's going on in our society right now. But if nobody goes out and shares it, my grandma got the best cookies in the world. But if I don't go out and let somebody taste the cookies, if I don't go out and tell people about the cookies, then ain't nobody going to know my grandma got good cookies. Teach others to do the same. Let's get to the nitty-gritty, you guys. Let's first talk about warm market. The people you know. When you get in, you're supposed to make a list, right? You're supposed to start off with your top 10 list. People are pretty good with doing that. And then you're supposed to make a list of 100 people, or pretty much everybody you know. People aren't doing this step. People aren't doing this step. Let me tell you, I'm going to give you a comparison and contrast of the reality of what's going on in business right now. Some of you have done this. People make their top 10 list, right? We're supposed to talk to those 10 people in 24 hours, right? That's what we're supposed to do. What most people are doing is they go talk to 3 people because our goal is to get 3 people. And if those 3 people say no, they mentally check out. Come on, can I be real with you tonight? This afternoon? This morning? Can I be real with you? Because I want to see you become successful. In order for you to become successful, you got to correct what you've been doing wrong and know what other people psychologically are thinking and are doing wrong, so that when you sign people up, you can prevent them from doing it wrong. So people aren't making the list of 100. When they make the top 10 list and they're supposed to set their 10 appointments in their first 24 hours, they're talking to 3 people. But get this, you're supposed to do this with your sponsor. A lot of people aren't connecting with their sponsor. They're not talking to their sponsor. They're not letting their sponsor help them. Mentally, we've been, put in a position where we think we have to do everything for ourselves. We have to fend for ourselves. So when somebody comes and they offer you a hand to say, let me help you, you're not even mentally in a position where you can accept that help, because you feel like you got to do it on your own. You got to stick your chest out. You got to prove something to somebody, right? No. This is together everybody achieves more. This is a movement. And in a movement, we lock arms and we march together to make it happen. So after you make that list, right, you're supposed to get on the phone with your sponsor, right? Hold on one second. Uh-oh. One second, you guys. That was Mom Dukes. When Mom Dukes calls, you gotta make sure that she's okay. She was in the hospital not too long ago. Okay, she's good. All right, sorry about that, you guys. All right, check this out. So you're supposed to get on the phone with sponsor, right? And make those 10 calls. That's not happening, you guys. And I admit, I haven't even been the best with doing this. I've been allowing people that I thought had I thought they had it, right? I thought everything was good. But a system is a system. It doesn't matter if somebody's okay, somebody's good, somebody's great, or somebody's phenomenal. Either way, you follow the system, because the moment that you talk to somebody, you're training them. You're training them on what to do. You're showing them what to do. Now, you're always going to have those relationships where somebody can call somebody and just say, get in. But you want to make those first 10 calls with your sponsor or your upline, because that's the system, right? That's the system. This is where these 2 things are where there's a disconnect. These 2 things, because people are inventory. And if you don't got no inventory, if you don't believe in your inventory, if you got a small inventory, then what's going to happen? You're going to start sweating. So we're still talking about warm market right now, right? When we're making these calls, the call is very simple. You're on the phone with your sponsor, your upline, and it's you. You make the call. Ring, ring, ring. We're going to have 3 people. Marquise is the sponsor, right? I'll say Paul is the sponsor, right? Let's make it more real, right? Don't make you got to try to figure out and guess everything. I'm calling my boy John, and Paulie's my sponsor, right? Paulie's my sponsor. So ring, ring, ring. Hello. Hey, what's going on, John? This Money Mike. You always call the person like you normally call the person. If you call the person and you say, yo, then that's what you want to call. You don't want to get all proper. Hi, might I speak to John, please? It's like they're automatically going to be like, yo, what's going on? Guards up. Like, what's going on? So we're not worried about ambushing people, you guys. You calling, talking to somebody about creating wealth. That's that mindset again. If you think that you're calling somebody to sell something, if you think that you're calling somebody to convince them of doing something, then you're going to feel some type of way. But when you know you got something great, when you know that you got something that's going to change the world, then you want to call and tell everybody about it. You're not worried about what they think. When they had free chicken at Popeyes, we called everybody. We put it on Facebook. We put it on Twitter. We was texting people. We didn't care if they thought we were going to sell them on Popeyes. We wanted everybody to know that they could get some free chicken at Popeyes, right? That's how it is with your business. You got to believe. You got to let it get on the inside of you, so when you're calling somebody, you know that you're helping them for the better. They might not receive it. They may not see it right now, but you got to know that that's where your heart is, and you're convicted that this is going to be better for them. Now, boom, so you call. Ring, ring, ring. Yo, what's going on, John? It's Money Mike. How you doing? Yo, man, I'm doing great, man. Just sitting here doing my laundry or whatever the case may be. Always got to clear the moment. You got to make sure now's a good time to talk. Hey, John, did I catch you at a good time to talk for a few minutes? Yeah, man. I'm cool, man. What you got up? Cool. So he said it's a good time to talk, right? And that's when I simply go into it. Hey, John, I don't know if I told you, I'm really excited about this business I just got started with JMG Net Worth, with the Focus Freedom Movement, whatever you want to, you want to share with them. I'm really excited about this business I just got started with JMG Net Worth, the Focus Freedom Movement, and then you share your why. You share your why right here. You got to let them know why you got started, why you're excited. I really see it as a way that I can get out of debt and get off this job. Boom. I really see it as a way that I can get into this new house, which I wasn't able to do at my job. I really see it as a way to put Michaela and Mackenzie through college, because I know I wouldn't be able to do it working a job. I really see it as a way to get that brand new Mercedes, because I like Mercedes, right? I see it as a way to get that brand new Mercedes, because I wasn't going to be able to do it working at Walmart. Whatever your why is, you share that why. And then you tell them, yo, I got my business partner, Paulie, on the line with me. I wanted to introduce him to you. Paulie, this is John, this is Paulie. Paulie, this is John. And then you be quiet. When I say be quiet, you shut your mouth the entire conversation until it's time to get off the phone. When things seem rocky, when things seem a different type of way, you don't feel like you could jump in to save it, right? You don't feel like you jump in to smooth the situation out. Your sponsor, your upline, knows what they're doing. And if you jump in, you just de-edify this person to make it seem like they don't know what they're talking about, right? They don't know what they're talking about. So, boom. You listen. Then your sponsor's going to get on the phone and do their thing. First thing they're going to do, they're going to edify you, right? They're going to edify you, and they're going to edify the person you're calling. So Paulie's going to edify me and edify John. In no particular order. Why does he edify me? Because to John, I'm just the homie. To John, I'm just the friend. So Paulie wants John to look at me in a different light. Why does he edify John? Well, he edifies John because he wants John to let his guard down. He wants John to feel good. He wants John to realize that Marquise looks at him in a different type of way. So he edifies John. Now the conversation's cool. Paulie doesn't ramble on and talk the whole time. Paulie simply says, and then after he finishes edifying, he says, yo, John, we didn't want to take up too much of your time, brother. We just wanted to ask you a simple question. If the money were right and it fit into your schedule, would you be open to taking a look at a strong business? Would you be open to taking a look at a way that you can make some extra money with us? And with that, Paulie's going to be quiet. Because the person who talks first loses. That's right. Person who talks first loses. Write that down. The person who talks first loses. Well, this is a competition, Marquise. You doggone right it's a competition. The person who talks first loses. Paul's going to say one of three things. He's going to say no. At that point, Paul's going to say, hey, man, we'll appreciate your time. It was great meeting you. It's just always a pleasure meeting new people. And then you can jump in and say, all right, John, I'm going to holler at you later. Got to go make this money. Got to go reach my dreams. Right? Paul could say, or excuse me, John could say yes. And at that point, Paul is going to set the appointment. Paul's going to set the appointment for the conference call or your website, or if there's a local meeting, he's going to set the appointment for a local meeting. Or Paul, if you're in the same city, Paul might set a one-on-one appointment, right? A one-on-one appointment. Whatever the meeting he sets, let Paul set the meeting. You might be able to be there, you might not be able to be there, but it doesn't matter. The point is, John needs to get the information. Now, what you need to do, and you'll get filthy, stinking rich if you do this. I'm telling you this right now. This is what you need to do. When you hang up, and John's going to call you back. John's going to call me back. All right, Keith, tell me what's going on, man. What's the real deal? You tell me about it. You're going to get filthy, stinking rich if you tell them, look, I just got started. That's why I got you on the phone with Paul. I don't want to mess it up for you. I want you to see what I saw. So just keep that appointment with Paul and make sure that you pay close attention to the information. I'm going to say that again. Look, I just got started. Now, it don't matter if you've been in for a year or not. You just got started. Look, I just got started. I don't want to mess it up for you. I don't want to mess it up for you. So I want you to see what I saw. So just keep that appointment with Paul. Hold on one second, guys. Yeah, Mom. I'm in training right now. All right, thank you. All right, so I want you to see what I saw, right? I want you to see what I saw. So just keep the appointment with Paul. Well, man, can't you just tell me a little bit? Nah, man, I can't. Like I said, I don't want to mess it up for you. You know, I'm just getting started. Actually, I got to go, John. I'm going to holler at you a little bit later. Boom. Get off the phone as quickly as possible. Because you don't want them to keep pressuring you. You don't want to feel like you're hiding something. You know, just look, I saw it as a way to change my life, man. You just need to keep the appointment with Paul. We're going to change our lives together. The key is excitement. If you're not excited, they're not going to feel the need to get excited. You got to be excited at all times. It doesn't matter who you're talking to. It doesn't matter when. You got to be excited about the possibility of reaching your goals and reaching your dreams, right? So let's talk on the flip, right? Maybe you know, some of you've been in for a while. Let's talk about recruiting warm market people. And maybe you've been in for a while. You want to set some appointments with some people, and maybe for some reason you're not able to get on the phone with your sponsor and upline, because again, you're the CEO of your own business. You don't wait. You don't want to wait or depend, right? You don't want to depend. I'll use that word. The first 10 is non-negotiable. You got to set those with your sponsor. When you sign people up, they got to set those first 10 with you or your upline. So that's important. But after a while, you're going to start talking to people. You know, you might meet some people, or you might run into some people that you know that you forgot about, or some people in that list of 100 when you make the list of 100, right? So how do you talk to people? How do you talk to people when you're not using your sponsor? Well, there's one important word that you must use. And that's edification. And edification is when you simply take the spotlight off of you. See, there's something called a trust-respect triangle, where you have you have your prospect, and you have the expert. See, between you two, there's trust. There's a relationship there, so that there's trust. But they might not respect your business knowledge. Hey, you just borrowed $5 from me last week. You know, what you know about getting rich. So, and then obviously you guys have that relationship. But when you edify somebody, when you edify an expert, they're going to have that respect for that expert because they don't know him, right? They don't know him, but somebody that they trust edified the expert, so they're going to have respect for the expert, right? So let me show you how this works. You always have the peak, right? there's levels to this right here. There's the peak. However you peak them. Yo, John, you keep your options open for ways to make extra money. Yeah. You might not even ask. You might say, yo, John, I found the most phenomenal thing in the world. Man, we're going to be rich. Our lives are going to be changed forever. You got to take a look at this. Well, what is it? You have the peak, and then you wait for the affirmation. You wait for the affirmation. Do you keep your options open? Yes. This is phenomenal. You got to see it. Okay, what is it? Whatever way you peak, after that affirmation, the next thing is the edification. The edification and or the story. You have to gauge, first and foremost, how are you going to show the plan? See, today is Saturday. It's Saturday and it is 11:45 a.m. So at Saturday at 11:45 a.m., I'm not going to set an appointment for the conference call tomorrow. Everybody else in JMG Network can do that because that's their only option unless they're meeting them one-on-one. But here, a part of Focus, we got tools. We got things that we can use to our disposal. We have automated tools. So it doesn't matter what you're doing. It doesn't matter what you have going on. You could be going to the beach. You could be going to hang out with your family. You could be going to the movies. It doesn't change anything. You can get on the phone and say, go to my website, timetofocus.com/focus, whatever your website is. But you got to edify before you make that handoff. And what I mean by that, do you keep your options open? Yes. This is phenomenal. You got to take a look. Okay, yo, I'm working with a group of people. This young guy down in Atlanta named Marquise, man, this guy's already a millionaire. He's doing some big things. I mean, when this cat starts talking, I mean, he starts glowing. You got to listen to what he's talking about. You might want to get him on the phone with me. That's where you got to talk to this guy. You got to hear what he's talking about. You know, when would you have 20 minutes to get some information? Boom. Got the question. Now, the reason I put story up here, because you might want to throw a story in there. If somebody's in the music industry, you might want to tell my music story. Man, he's doing some phenomenal things. I mean, he's in the music industry. He used to rap. He toured. I mean, this guy is doing some great things, and now he's showing us how to do the same thing. When would you have 20 minutes? If it's a young, Caucasian, guy or couple, you might want to tell Mario's story. Man, this dude named Mario does the conference call, and I'm telling you, he's down in Florida. He's only 29. This dude is balling. He's living the lifestyle out of his mind. I mean, you got to check out this information. Now, just because you edify Mario does not mean you have to get them on the conference call. You can edify me and Mario. You can just edify the Focus Freedom Movement as a whole. Man, I'm a part of something called the Focus Freedom Movement, and I'm telling you, man, since I've been a part of this, my life has begun to be transformed. I'm learning how to increase my cash flow. I'm learning how to get out of debt. I'm learning how to create wealth. Man, you got to take a look at this information. Now, you notice nowhere in there did I say, oh, I'm making a phenomenal amount of money. Nowhere in there did I talk about my income. See, edification takes the spotlight off of you. Because you don't want them to say how much money you're making. Now, if somebody does say that, you can say, well, it's not about how much money I'm making. It's about how much money I want to help you make. Or you can say, man, you won't believe how much money I'm making. You got to take a look at this information. Why? Because if you're making $2, then they won't believe how much money you're making. If you're making $20,000, they're not going to believe how much money you're making. So I'm giving you these techniques, these recruiting techniques to help you excel, to help you become successful, right? To help you become successful. So, once you edify, then you ask the question, when would you have 20 minutes to take a look at some information? Why? Because the conference call lasts 15 to 20 minutes. The video lasts 20 minutes. So whatever the case may be, that's how much time they need. And let me add this in. When would you have 20 minutes in the next 24 hours to take a look at some information. You always got to create urgency. It's all about urgency, 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 urgency. Urgency. This is so big, you got to take a look at it in the next 24 hours. I don't care what you're doing. Stop it, cancel it, make 20 minutes to take a look at this information. Boom. So once you have the question, you set the appointment, right? Now, you can get them on the phone with your sponsor or upline before the appointment. That's a possibility. You know, if there's somebody who you're close to, or maybe they're on the fence, you know, you can say, you know, part of it is hey, man, when would you have some time? I want to introduce you to somebody. I want to get you some of this information. You know, when you edify me or edify your sponsor, you get them on the phone and let your sponsor set the appointment. You know, that is that's kind of like, let me kind of erase this. That's like 4A, appointment with sponsor or upline, or 4B, appointment to show the plan, right? And then the last step, the last thing you want to do is follow up. Set the follow-up appointment. Oh, man, I can take a look at it at 8 o'clock tonight. All right, man, listen, make sure you take a look at 8 o'clock tonight. I'm going to call you at 8:30, right? I'm going to call you at 8:30. Now, you also can use your sponsor right here on the back end. I'm going to call you at 8:30. I'm actually working with one of the founding members of the company, man. This dude is cool as a fan. I'm telling you, when this dude talks, he starts glowing. Like, it's amazing. He's done some phenomenal things. He's working with me personally. Man, you got to meet him, man. I want to introduce him to you. I'm going to call you at 8:30. Make sure you pick up the phone, all right? Boom. So you can use your sponsor on the front end or the back end. It's totally up to you. But the point is, make sure you edify, and then make sure you use them at some point. See, the sponsor's job, let me help you understand something. The sponsor's job is to help you. The sponsor's job is to help you become successful. Your job is to keep the sponsor busy. So if the sponsor doesn't have people to keep them busy, then they have to go find some new people. And when your sponsor goes and finds some new people, then they're not going to have time for you because you didn't use them and appreciate them. You took advantage of that time that they blocked out for you. Right now, I got time for people. But if people aren't calling me and I say, okay, well, Michaela and Mackenzie got to eat. Faith got to eat. I got to go find some people who are going to keep me busy. I got to find some people who want to build this thing. I got to find some people who want to get rich in every area of their life. I got to find some people who want to be free. You can't be upset if you wake up later and I'm busy working with these other people. But the beautiful thing is that's why we have the system. It's not about one man. It's not about one woman. It's about the system. And the system is put in place for anybody to become successful. I don't care if you're in Alaska, if you're in Hawaii. It doesn't matter if you're in Timbuktu, even though we're not in Timbuktu. It doesn't matter where you are. If you got the system and you understand the system, then you will become successful. That's the point I want each and every one of you to understand. You understand the techniques and the things that I'm telling you today, your warm market recruiting will become a breeze. Now, it doesn't guarantee anything. A lot of people have burnt up networks. They have idiots that they know. I have idiots that I know. They have poverty-minded people. You know, if you weren't a part of that Sunday call where Paul broke down the mindset, you have the broke mentality. You got the poverty-minded people. You got the welfare, mentality. These are things that hinder people from becoming successful. And we all know somebody like that. And if you talk to somebody like that, sometimes recruiting is simply planting a seed. They may not get in right now, but you don't get discouraged. You simply plant the seed. You show them the plan. You let them know what you're doing, because one day they may wake up. One day they may be sick and tired of being sick and tired. One day they may feel like, man, I'm ready to do something. And guess what? From the moment that you plant the seed, they're going to be watching you. If you quit, then they're going to go somewhere else. But if you're still going, if you're consistent, if you're disciplined, then they're going to come to you and say, hey, you still doing that thing. You know, it's always that thing, right? You still doing that thing, you know, and that's when you say, yup. But now you're a senior director. Now you're executive senior director. You're getting paid more money to do the exact same thing. So you go ahead and sign them up. But everything is about planting seeds. We share with our warm market, not because we just know everybody's going to get in. Everybody should get in. But even though they don't get in, we're planting seeds. And we want to let every single person that you know what's going on, so that when you get rich, when you become successful, when you create wealth and reach your picture, when you get to your achievement, they can't say, oh man, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you put me on? Why didn't you let me know? Every single person I know knows what Money Mike is doing. So they can never say that I didn't talk to him. They can never say I didn't put him on. They can never say I didn't reach my hand out and offer the opportunity. So that's what it's all about, you guys. So that's the warm market. Now let's talk about why I left strategy number 1 up. The number 1 objection in any home business is I don't have the money, right? And I don't want that to be somebody hitting you over your head. See, this is your objection to I don't have the money. Well, man, I don't have the money. Well, listen, the money ain't even an issue, man, because I'm going to show you how to get the money right back in the next 2 weeks. Now, they got to have a job, right? I'm going to show you how to get the money right back in the next 2 weeks. And this is twofold, because we're going to show them how to get their 3 people, which is going to get them their money right back anyway. But this is the backup plan, because they're going to get an extra $200 to $500 a month just for getting started and implementing strategy number 1. So don't let money be an issue. Don't let money be an issue. You know what I do? Paulie talked about one Sunday sowing seed. You know what I do? I sow seed into people. I got a contract. You ain't got the money right now? That's all right. Let's get started. I'm going to sow seed. Never sow more seed, you know, than you can handle. You know, don't put yourself in a bad situation. But I sow seed. And I show them strategy number 1, and I tell them to give me my money back in 2 weeks. I tell them to give me my money back in 2 weeks, because guess what? When that person gets started, you got you, right? You got John who gets started. That opens up a whole new world of possibilities of people that John knows. Because at the end of the day, you want to create leverage and residual income for yourself. That's what it's all about, baby. Why do I want you to get on the calls? Why do I want you plugging into the trainings? Why do I want you posting on Facebook? Why do I want you promoting? Because we want to build the excitement. We want people to know the movement is here. And the more excitement that we build, the more people who are going to want to be a part of it. The more people are going to want to plug in and be a part of the movement. Why do I tell people to say team focus when they get on the call? That's important, because when guests get on the call and they hear everybody saying team focus, and then they hear you say team focus, or you tell them you're a part of team focus, that's another reason they want to get in, because everybody wants to be a part of something. And that's exciting. And I need you to be excited when you get on the call and say team focus. It's like some of you do a phenomenal job of doing this. But some of you are like, John Robertson, team focus. Oh, I don't really want to be here. Come on, you guys. This should not be a burden for you. You should be excited to get on the calls. You should be excited to be on training. Why? Because you know that it's another step closer for you reaching exactly what you want. So that's warm market recruiting right there. Use strategy number 1. Tell people about strategy number 1. Doesn't even, you know, some people get in and they worry about all recruiting and rejection. Listen, it's not even about recruiting or rejection, man. Let me just show you how to improve your financial situation and make it, you know, increase your cash flow every single month. That's getting somebody in. And lastly, before I get into cold market recruiting, I want to talk to you about understanding your 3, right? Your 3 are your ride or die. Your 3 are your go-getters. Your 3 are the people who are on the conference call every night. The 3 are the people that you talk to every other day, if not every day. Your 3 are the people who are committed and dedicated to making it happen and building the movement, building the company. You may have recruited 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people, but everybody's not one of your 3. And you got to decide who your 3 are. Your 3 might span across different codes, right? You get 3 people, and what we don't say is you get 3 people, but the goal is to get and maintain 3 people, right? To get and maintain 3 people. So you might come in, you might say, boom, 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 get these 3 people. But number two, set tripping, right? They don't want to get on the call. They don't want to return your calls. They don't want to talk to nobody. Like they on some stuff, or maybe they just want to implement the strategies. That's cool too, right? That's cool. Let them go at their own place. But you know that's not one of your 3. You still love them. You still respect them. You still talk to them. You still help them. But you go find somebody else that's gonna run with you. You want 3 runners, 3 leaders, 3 people who are serious, and that's how you're gonna build true wealth. We want to get you to senior director, but we want to build your marketing affiliate business solid. We want to build it solid so they can take care of you and build a solid residual income right there, because there's a lot of money on the table right when you get in. I mean, it's bananas, you guys. It's really crazy how much money that you can make. I mean, you just calculate it on you know, we're not even going to talk about the body worth, right? We want to strictly talk about my financial worth. My financial worth. You're talking over $7,000 a month, man. Come on. That's some money. That's some serious coin. That's some serious change, right? You don't want to miss out on that. Where's my little note that I was talking about? Okay, we did warm market. We talked about cold market. Let's talk about cold market. We didn't talk about cold market. There's a couple cold market techniques that I want you to be aware of, okay? And these are things, this is where the consistency and discipline comes in, right? You got 1, bump intos. This is where you meet people while you're out and about. This is where you ask the question, as Paul used to talk about. Hey, man, you seem like a quality person. Do you keep your options open to other ways to make extra money? Bump intos always start with a compliment. Hey, man, I like your shoes. Hey, sister, I like your shoes. Oh, my gosh, your hair is phenomenal. I love your outfit. Oh, I like your posture. Whatever the case may be, you compliment them. You spark up a conversation. Not a long conversation. You know, you might say something like, you know, what do you do for a living? You know, are you from here? You know, do you live in this area? Whatever the case may be. You know, I'm actually, the best one that I found is, hey, I'm expanding a business in the area. Do you keep your options open for other ways to make extra money? Or sometimes you just ask them, you know, hey, man, this might be a shot in the dark, but do you keep your options open for other ways to make extra money? You're going to get a yes, a no, or what is it? Yes, exchange info. Notice I said exchange. Don't give them a card and tell them to look at the website. Don't give them a card and tell them to call you. You get their information. That's important. You want to control your business, right? They say no. Tell them have a nice day. Right? What is it? Hey, man, it's legal. It's a way that you can make an extra $2,000 to $5,000 a month. That's something that you might be interested in, isn't it? That's a tie down, isn't it? You're leading them to say yes, okay? It's a way to make an extra, it's legal. It's a way to make an extra $2,000 to $5,000 a month. That's something you'd be interested in, isn't it? Boom. And then from there, you're going to set the appointment. You're going to, 1, call, 2, set the appointment. And we'll go more in depth with setting the appointment a little bit later, but there's 3 areas to success. There's recruiting, there's setting appointments, and then there's showing the plan. closing, right? We're focused on recruiting today. But these are the 3 things that you want to get good at. Luckily, we have a system that pretty much takes care of 3 for us because we have a lot of tools in place. You eventually want to get good at it yourself, but we have something in place where it's not a point of focus right now. So you got to learn how to recruit, because if you never learn how to recruit, you'll never get to the point where you can set appointments because you don't have anybody to set appointments with. And every single day, you want to be showing the plan to somebody. And if you don't have somebody to show the plan to, you want to be setting appointments with somebody to show the plan. And if you don't have nobody to set appointments with to show the plan to, you got to learn to be recruiting people to set appointments to show the plan. See, there's certain knowledge and certain things, these know-it-alls, people who think they know everything about home business and network marketing, right? And you could be a know-it-all. There's 2 areas, there's 2 paths that you could take, right? You could know all the information, or you can know what gets you the check. And the path that gets you the check is what you want to know. Because when you go down the path that gets you the check, you'll eventually know everything. But when you know everything, you don't always get back on the path to getting the check. Because there's smart book knowledge, and then there's applicable, knowledge. And you want to know the applicable knowledge. Let me tell you a story. There's once was 2 guys who looked up New Year's and they said, man, we're kind of chunky. We got to lose some weight, right? So we got to lose some weight. One guy said, okay, man, I'm about to get in these books. I'm about to study everything about weight loss. I'm about to study dieting. And they parted ways, right? They parted ways. They lived in 2 different areas. One said, I'm going to learn everything about dieting. I'm going to learn everything about exercise. I'm going to learn everything about losing weight. The other one went home and he just got consistent. He went in the gym he went to the gym 3 days a week, right? Boom, consistent. Gym. Consistent every week, gym. When they hooked up, when they came back together, one was a lot slimmer, and the other one knew everything, but he didn't apply the knowledge, right? He didn't apply the knowledge, so he was still chunky. See? So he said, what did you do? The chunky one said, what did you do to lose all the weight, man? What happened? What did you study? I thought I studied everything. He said, I simply was consistent. I was disciplined. I went to the gym 3 times a week, even when I didn't feel like it. I was consistent. I was disciplined. Man, let me show you. Let me show you what I did. Come on, we're going to go to the gym. We're going to go to the gym tomorrow. Chunky dude said, cool, man, let's do it. We're going to go to the gym. So, man, he picked him up. They rolled out to the gym. The slimmer one was excited, man. He jumped out the car, ran, got to the door, was like, and the chunky one was still in the car. The slim dude was wondering, why is he still in the car? And the chunky one was wondering, why the hell is he at the door? So he came back and he asked, man, why are you still in the car? I'm wondering, what you doing? He said, man, I'm wondering what you're doing. He said, I'm going to work out. Chunky one said, man, you said we were going to the gym. You didn't say anything about working out. See, you got to do the work. You got to do the work. You got to be consistent, you got to be disciplined, and you got to be willing to do the work. Bump intos. The reason bump intos are important because you want to meet 2 people every single day. I don't care if you meet them at the gas station. I don't care if you meet them at church. I don't care if you meet them at work. I don't care if you meet them on the street corner. I don't care if you meet them at the grocery store. You want to meet 2 people every single day. Why? Because 2 people a day brings freedom my way. And you want to tell yourself that. Just keep telling yourself every single day, 2 people a day brings freedom my way. 2 people a day brings freedom my way. 2 people a day brings freedom my way. You do that 6 days a week at least. Maybe you take the Sabbath day off. Well, that's 50 contacts a month, right? 50 contacts a month. If you just showed the plan to 15 of those contacts, you set appointments with 15 of those contacts, boom. Numbers say you get 5 reps. Just imagine if you grew by 5 reps every single month, and they grew by 5 reps every single month, and they grew by 5 reps every single month. Think about how your life would be different. Think about it, man. I just want you to really consider, how many reps did you sign up this month? How many people did you talk to? How many contacts did you get? Understand the principle of three. The principle of three. If you got 3 this month, just from doing that, we're not going to say 5, right? We're not going to say 5. Say 3. Next month they got 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 3. Boom. You $7,000 a month richer. What's $7,000 times 12? I'll tell you. It's $84,000 a month. Residual income. Residual income. Residual income. Guess what? You get promoted to senior director. You do it again. That's $84,000 a month times 2. That's $168,000 a month. Residual income, residual income, residual income. That's not even counting. That's not even counting the amount of bonuses that you'll make. The amount of bonuses as a senior director. I'm telling you guys, that's over $90,000 in bonuses as a senior director when you build out the structure. What I want you to see is that if you really start to get serious about this thing right now, if you just start going, just bump into alone. 2 people a day brings freedom my way. You just bounce with it. 2 people a day brings freedom my way. 2 people a day. You just get that in your mind. You get it in your psyche. You get it in your subconscious mind. Most importantly, you get it in your heart. Then you're going to start talking to people with conviction. Everybody's not going to say yes. Everybody's not going to see it, but there's going to be some people. It's kind of like if you was walking down the street, right? And you was walking down the street saying $50 bills, $50 bills. I want to give away $50 bills. Here's a $50 bill, and you started giving away $50 bills on the corner of any downtown city. So let's say New York, because New York people are crazy, right? You're in the middle of New York, Times Square, right? You're giving away $50 bills. Well, people are going to start looking at you like you crazy. You're going to give you that side eye, right? Like, and they're going to give you that side eye. They're going to call you all types of names. It's like Coming to America when he was walking down the street singing To Be Loved, right? They're going to start calling him all types of names. But then there's going to be somebody that's like, man, I got to pay this bill. Man, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Man, I'm frustrated. I need a breakthrough. And they're going to reach out. And they're going to grab that bill from you. Those are the people that we're looking for. We're not worried about the people who call you names. We're not worried about the people who don't see it because they $50 short in their bank account because they didn't take the $50. We're looking for the people who want it. But it's all up to you to get out there and spread the word and share it with people. Let me just point you in the direction. We're talking about 7 months from now. Let's go 14 months from now, right? This is just a real modest example. Real modest example. October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. How would Christmas 2015 look if you've made $90,000 this year alone in 2015, but you're also making over $160,000 every single month? This is the type of mindset that you have to think in. Don't think in a lack mindset. This needs to light some fire under your butt, because that's not possible at your job. That's not possible in most traditional businesses. It's not possible anywhere else. And you need to start walking with a little bit of pep in your step. You need to start talking with a little bit more conviction. You need to start being more consistent and more disciplined, because now you know what's on the table. Now you see it plain as day that what this is possible. It's possible. Now just imagine. Just imagine if instead of months, we did this in weeks. We're talking about January, February. Anything's possible if you put your mind to it. But a couple passive techniques instead of bump intos. Some of you are a little bit more, you're a little bit more shy. You're a little bit scared. It's okay. Got Post-its, right? Post-its. I post these all over the city. It's just a normal Post-it pad, right? Normal Post-it pad. Let me see where my stamp go. What I do with my stamp? These kids all over the place always stealing my stuff. It's a Brother 2770 stamp. I wish I knew where it was because I would show you exactly what it says. Oh, here it goes right here. Boom, Brother 2770. Part-time to full-time income. Boom. That's all it is. That's all it is. I take the stamp. I take the Post-it. Let me see where the top is. I stamp it. And it makes the stamp. Boom. Sit up at night, do about 100 of them. Sometimes I do more. I just make a point to put out 100 a day. Put out 100 a day. I'm planting seeds. I'm planting 100 seeds a day. I got a 24-hour voicemail on there. 24-hour voicemail. The voicemail, people call in, they leave their message, I call them back. It's that simple, you guys. I also have these drop cards. These drop cards. That $50 bill I was waving around, not a real $50 bill, can have a message on the inside. Fire your boss and get rich. Make more money from home. Whatever the message you want. There's a lot of examples there, but it's the gift that keeps on giving. People are going to pick it up. They may write down the number. They may say, this is a scam. They're going to throw it back down. But that leaves it for somebody else to pick it up. These are seeds that you're planting. They're passive. You're not there no more. You're not staying watching the Post-it on a stakeout. You're not staying watching the drop card. Sometimes I just walk through if I go to sports games, I just go dropping them. Boom, boom. Boom, just dropping them, putting them in the bathroom, putting them on ATM, in the card slot, in the gas station slots. These are things that, remember, strategy number 1, $200 to $500 a month pays for when you invest in your business. Because if you can make $10,000 a month, but you invest $3,000 a month in marketing to do it, would you spend this $3,000 to net this $7,000? That is business on a serious level. That's a business on a millionaire mindset level, you guys. That's how you make it happen. I'm here to teach you how to be successful and how to take your life to the next level. I want to help you make it happen. These are 2 smaller techniques, and there's bigger techniques that cost more money, but I want you to understand the basics. I want you to have your tools. I talked about before the Ebony magazine with Paul in it. You get the cover and the story, printed off in the back office. You got the Sister to Sister magazine. You got the book Schedule for Success and Who Told You Were Broke. You got you could talk about me being in Who's Who in Black Atlanta. There's a lot of accolades and a lot of things that you have for edification purposes. There's a lot of videos on the YouTube channel. That show, the credibility of Paul Jones, being on ABC, NBC, Good Morning America, being on the Dorinda Clark show, being on the Bishop Greg Davis show. A lot of things that you could use to your advantage, a lot of things you could use to your credibility. I mean, I'm willing to take somebody's last penny because I know I'm gonna turn it into $1. I know I'm gonna turn it into $7,000 a month, you guys. And that's the conviction that you gotta have. I bet the farm on this deal. This is all I do for a living. So it has no choice but to work. I burnt the ships. You got to put yourself in that same position where you know that it is going to be successful. But then you have to be consistent. You got to be disciplined and be willing to do the work. So with that, that's my segment on recruiting. We're going to talk about online recruiting and talk about setting appointments next week. That W4 video is posted. Check it out. Change your W4 so that you can get that extra strategy 1 income and improve your cash flow so that we can start putting your testimony out of how much your cash flow is improved. I got some great marketing ideas to be able to change some things and edify you guys at the same time. And I'm really excited about this deal. If you have not signed up for Bodyworth Premium Foods, please sign up for Bodyworth Premium Foods. I'm going to be calling each and every one of you that I work with personally to get that taken care of. And then once you get that strategy number one, I'm going to be telling you need to put in your order. We need to increase we need to increase the awareness of Bodyworth, and that's going to start with us being a product of the product. So with that, I'm going to get into this My Financial Worth real quick so that you understand the product. And then, you guys post some comments below. If you have some questions, some things you want to know, just want to say what's up, post down below in the Facebook. If you're on your phone or your tablet, click out while I go get on the computer. Post something on the comment section below. Let me know if you're finding value in this training today. And I want you to know I appreciate you being on, being plugged in. If you're looking at the replay, I hope you find value in this and you understand this. Remember, next week we're going to talk about online marketing. We're going to talk about setting appointments, and we're going to get down and dirty in explaining the focused marketing system. So with that, I'm going to jump into the My Financial Worth problem. Let me see here. There we go. All right, guys, I'm back with you live in full effect on the computer. Just making sure my screen shares in full effect. But right here you see we got the James G. Net Worth page. The James G. Net Worth page is the home page. It's the home page where you can find everything that you need to know. Great information on the home page is the message from the CEO video. That really breaks down the value of My Financial Worth. And Paul Jones does a great job. I actually think I might grab that and put that on the web page somewhere, on the inside. I didn't think about that before, but that's a phenomenal video. But here you can log into the back office if you need to log into the back office. Let me just make sure. If you need a customer login, boom, you can do customer login. And that's where you log into the My Financial Worth service. Log into the My Financial Worth service. Okay, jump to the computer. You simply put in your information. You gotta remember your password. Boom. So you come in here, you got your information. Once you get on the inside of My Financial Worth, it has all your personal information, your address, and everything right here. You got your email. You got your phone number. One of the most important things in here is your member number. Your member number will explain, be what corporate asks you for if you ever have any questions, if you need to change your billing date, if you need to change, anything, about your My Financial Worth software. It's right here. One thing's important as you're talking to people, it's important they know it's a software. It's not something
that you're going to get outside of the computer. The software. Now you do have this benefits card. You print off this benefits card. It has your member number on it. A lot of people don't realize, some of the other aspects of My Financial Worth because we don't openly market them because they're not a part of the 4 elements of wealth. But you got your identity theft numbers. If you ever feel like you're a victim, you call the identity theft numbers. You got the tax advice hotline right here where you can call the tax advice hotline and ask any questions between 9 and 6. You got the financial education and credit counseling if you ever have any questions about finances or your credit. You got life events counseling. If you're going through something, you had a death in the family, you need someone to talk to. You can talk to some, certified, licensed counselors right over the phone, and they'll even set up an appointment for you to go see somebody in person in your local area. We also have pharmacy discounts where you can get discounts on your pharmacy. Financial Worth has a host of other benefits that I want you to see and begin to utilize for your own. But everybody starts when they log into My Financial Worth. I want everybody to start. I want everybody to go and do this and read this on their own this weekend. I want you to go to Quick Tips because Quick Tips is going to break down exactly what you need to know. We're talking about initial setup. Upon registration of your My Financial Worth account, be certain to verify or update your account profile. You got to make sure everything is good on that end. We showed you your membership card. You want to print that out. You want to go to your budget, your daily budget tracker. That's the most important part to strategy number 1, because if you're not keeping your records, the IRS isn't going to know that you're a real business. You want to keep your records so that the IRS knows that you're a real business. So this breaks down everything that you need to know. You find your pharmacy location to see where you can get the discounts at in your local area. Now, the travel voucher is no longer there. We did away with that. We got to update the website. But, anytime that you want to change your login passcode, you click Update Profile, and you can click on Current Password. You can update your payment information if you need to change the credit card. Just click Update Financial Info. This is one of the most important. People wonder, why are you telling people how to cancel? Because I don't want you calling corporate. I don't want you doing chargebacks because we have these directions right here. You will never win a chargeback. So if you want to cancel the service for any reason, log in and cancel the service. Now, if you email in, you're canceling your entire affiliate representative position of your position as long as you get one active customer within 6 months. If you go 6 months without having an active customer, then the position is closed. It's canceled. You can no longer be a James G. Net Worth representative unless you sign up again. But nobody should ever have a reason to cancel, especially with the fact that we show you how to bring in an additional $200 to $500 a month cash flow. Everybody should have 2 customers under their belt because they should be their own My Financial Worth customer, and they should be ordering Body Worth premium foods each and every month. Now let's see here. Now once we go back home, and just to show you that update profile, you got your update financial information. You got that there. You got your cancel your subscription right there. If you ever update your profile, when you're close to senior director, when you get your 3 people and you get your total of 12 people when you're working on your 5 customers, you're looking at this training, talk to me about employee paid benefits because I'll show you how to get your 5 customers really quickly. But right here is where you change your password. And over here, anytime you want to get back to the home screen, click on the home screen. And that gets you access to your daily budget tracker, where you can go in there and you can say, I'm ready to start setting up my budget. Let's set up my budget. You have access to your debt payoff plan. You go in there and you put all your interest-bearing debts, and it'll start crunching the numbers and put together the game plan for you. personal credit care system. This is a do-it-yourself system. Anytime that you have one of these situations that you need, whether you want to dispute something, there's an error on your credit card, somebody, they keep calling and harassing you, you want to dispute something, you could print off these letters and mail them in, and that will work on your behalf. These are written by attorneys, official people at My Credit is Better, so they're official letters. Now, My Credit is Better is also a benefit of My Financial Worth. So I want you to understand that over here at My Credit is Better, anytime you want to talk to somebody for a more intuitive solution, you can click on Contact Us, put in your name, your email, your phone number, talk a little bit about your situation, answer the question if you have your own credit report yet, put the best time for them to reach you, and then you put in your JMG Net Worth username, which is your website name. So if your website is jmgnetworth.com/focus, -focus, you will put focus here. Now remember, your websites are always the same. That's the way we set it up. So your timetofocus.com website, your what'smyfinancialworth.com website, your It Pays to Eat Well website, everything has the same username. That way you don't get confused. So make sure you check in with My Credit is Better just to know where you stand from a credit standpoint. But everything that you need from My Financial Worth, we're talking about retirement plan calculators, a millionaire plan calculator that works hand in hand with the debt payoff plan that'll show you when you'll be a debt-free cash millionaire, savings goals, net worth, everything you need is right here at your fingertips. You guys, you need to be back here taking advantage of My Financial Worth. The scheduler, if you want to schedule some appointments in here, maybe you got to pay a bill, you got to do something, you take advantage of it here. It'll email you those daily events. And then we have a couple quick calculators, that if you ever wanted to calculate your mortgage, your savings, your credit card payoff, it's all for you right there at your fingertips. I'm telling you, My Financial Worth is a phenomenal product, and it's a product that you should definitely be using to your advantage. It provides you with everything you need. And before I get off, I just want to show you one more quick site that you have to your advantage, www.whatsyourfinancialworth.com. You can do a /